shoes from the same company? You are, all right, fine, thank you. I mean, you don't think they're going to be changing the shoes over the next year or so? Well, good, Captain Ron. It's sure been nice, good talking to you. And I may be seeing you one of these days.
Hey,
yeah.
Dad. Hey,
Okay. I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. What's that, Renee?
Who was that?
Oh, well, Renee, that was the guy down at Lombok.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wanted to make sure that the shoes were the same company. Because, you know, I don't want them shoes making me look too fat.
Well, look, Dad, why are you so concerned about that?
Well, Renee, as, you know, growing up and all that, I went to places and they'd give you food. Well,
yeah.
If you were skinny, they always gave you lots of food.
Right.
But I noticed that if you were a little overweight, fat, well, they didn't give you much. And I don't want to be hungry. If I go to Lombok, I don't want to be hungry. I want to make sure they give me enough to eat.
Okay.
And so
I
that's,
can understand. We will make sure. So do the shoes make you look skinny, Dad?
well, I don't know, but I just don't want them to make me look fat so that they'll cut down how much they give me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So I always try to make sure that my shoes don't make me look too fat. I may be applying for a job, you know, with the Chamber of Commerce to be able to be part of the welcoming committee for people.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, well, whatever it is. I want to greet you folks as your welcoming committee because I want you to know that misery loves company. Yeah, man, I have been getting more miserable all the time. In fact, I think I'm probably the most miserable person I know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so then I'd like to tell you, you know, some of the things that make me miserable.
Okay, well, do tell, Dad, do tell.
Well, first of all, you know, every time I want to go someplace and I have to buy gasoline,
yeah.
well, the cost of that gasoline is getting so high, so expensive, and I'm trying to figure out why that is. I mean, they use the same things to make the same gasoline.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's right. So I don't know why it costs so much money for all that gasoline all the time, which makes everything else go higher. And then I figured it out one day.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Okay, what is it?
Well, you know, them gas companies, they all got to make a profit. They all got to make a profit. And before they can make a profit, they got to pay all them employees.
Right.
That's right. When the head doggy makes up to $1 billion in a year, well, you know, that money's coming from somewhere.
Well, that's true.
That's right. It's coming from all us little people, and every time I go to the gas station, I got to pay all that extra money for them high expensive presidents or CEOs or whatever they are. So that makes me miserable. That's the first one. I mean, I have to develop some more monologues.
Well, that's okay. You can.
Well, I don't know why I ended up with this misery loves company as a reason
You came up with it. I didn't.
I understand that, Renee. Maybe that was because I was so miserable. As you know, Renee, every time it gets cold around here, I get miserable. And I want you to know I saw some ducks going south. I'm only miserable in the sense that I'm trying to learn how to be able to have a story to tell, and I haven't developed any stories to tell. I don't know how anybody can live where it's cold all the time, but that's just another one of them things. And then also, Renee.
Yeah?
Well, we move it along a little too fast for me to explain all of my miseries.
Okay.
But, I have another misery. I like a little beer every now and then, and man, when you run out of beer, that is really miserable.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. In fact, I always say, you know, warm beer is the worst thing in the world, except having no beer at all. And that's misery. Okay, so anyway, I think that was kind of.
And you think people can relate to misery, being miserable?
What?
You think people can relate to being miserable?
I don't know how they can avoid it right now. And so I thought I'd work on that as part of my stand-up comedy routine. Sitting down.
Right, sitting down. That's all. You don't.
That's enough for a few minutes, Renee. I'm miserable right now.